Hello, PatrickOMSoZo here. This being Friday the 15th. Yes, all day long. So I hope you're having a blessed day. I'm going to do some $15 minis today and $25 for a full read with the pendulum included, as far as asking some yes or no questions too. I'm gonna probably do some guitar. I will give some free readings, especially when I feel compelled to. Let me get some people on here. Let me get the chat. So, let me know where you are as far as on this beautiful planet of ours. That's always fun. One time here, just a few days ago, I had a person in Australia and the UK and India and Connecticut all at the same time. I think there was even a person there from California. So that was kind of cool, just the idea of that simultaneous communication. Imagine doing that without the internet. Right? That would be neat. Telepathy is within our means if we can just grasp it. I think it's more about relaxing and the whole breathing stuff, getting centered, in the sense of allowing more of your soulful self to be a part of you, right? Ali, hello. Where you at, Ali Ray? So, just talking a little bit about possible giftings and such, telepathy, just mentioning the idea, how I had people from all over the world on the other day, all simultaneously. And what if we could do that without the internet, just kind of be able to meet up. And that's supposedly the way, and there's people who do this and communicate in that realm, in that dimension. So that'd be fun. Pennsylvania. All right. Welcome, Pennsylvania. So what's happening? I'm doing like a 3 card for 15, like a mini reading. And I'm also doing a full reading for 25, which will include pendulum questions, yes or no. And plus I'll do free too, but I'd appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe. If you go to my Facebook, Wellness Healing Modalities, and About Me. And of course, you can find all the links to Instagram and YouTube. Just trying to build my brand so I can help more people, right? More exposure means the ability to help more people. And knowledge is power, right? I got a lot of understanding about certain things, in the natural and the supernatural. I've had my experiences. Ali, have you had any personal experiences in the paranormal? Something that was like, whoa, what was that? Or maybe you know what it was. We've had angelic encounters. A lot of times when we're praying, we were doing really moving in that Western churchianity thing, but really pressing in, laying on of hands and such. And man, we'd have a wind blow around us. Yeah, that's cool. Yes. Hey, go ahead and type away. Unless you want to come on live, I'll send you an invite. You can tell us about your experience. You don't have to have your camera. You can just do it like a vocal, just come on with your mic only option. But yeah, I mean, for example, we were doing had a janitorial business in the city we were living in, and I was doing an Ace Hardware, and it's an old town, and the Ace Hardware building had been there probably 100 years, 120 years, and the old barn looking big place, but old and well kept and maintained and such. So the Ace Hardware was there, as you can imagine. They made sure everything was right. So I was doing the janitorial stuff, and I was in there by myself. And I started the process, dust mop all the floors, and I'm dust mopping, and I'm just getting past the front of the store and starting down the aisles. And all of a sudden, I just turned to start down an aisle, and I noticed on the other end of the aisle, things started flying off the shelves and coming towards me, and I had this instant terror. I mean, I was just overwhelmed with fear. I mean, I didn't even really have a moment to process what I'm seeing, but the fear was something else. And then and it got closer and closer and closer, I've just felt love step right there. See, I was doing a lot of ministry. I was going into the prisons. I mean, maximum security prisons, laying hands on people. I had people healed of dyslexia, bad knees, and new hearts, and all kinds of really fun stuff. So there's a lot of power in that. But anyway, love stepped through me. I can't describe it any other way. I mean, I was completely settled in a moment, just like, right? You ever have that? Like something of love steps through you or into you, and man, I was at peace. I even started laughing. I got kind of drunk in the spirit, because I knew that thing that was coming at me just got faced. You talk about stopped in their track. It was so funny. It was funny. I'm sorry, man. The thing was this, like, I'm big and bad. No, you're not. Not when you're traveling with the lion. So that was a fun experience. Terrifying, but it ended well. I suppose if it ended differently, I would not probably even be talking about it. But it doesn't end differently. Not when you walk in love and light. All right, Christ consciousness, being conscious of that. It's an ability to sacrifice, but God loves obedience more than sacrifice. For those of you that have studied the Word, and I have, in Aramaic, and of course the Torah and those stuff. I've delved into a little bit of Hebrew and stuff, because I'm into Shefa Practitioner, so that's the overflow that comes out of the Hebrew language using their symbols. And the paranormal is John. My family grew up having experienced and still do. I hear them every once in a while. Conversation feel, yep. And my mom's messes with me still. That's kind of, they're people, right? They're disembodied. In some cases, I mean, there's fourth-dimensional beings too, and some malignant, and some malign, right? And some are good and some ain't. Some are just in a bad mood sometimes. I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, I don't know if it's by choice that they stay someplace, or if it's, servitude, or, punishment, or they just choose not to move, or, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to like those things that mess, I think a lot they're just being playful. I don't, unless it's something serious, just go off the fruit. Bottom line, you can help them move on anyway if that's something, and you give them the option, right? And you're not there to be bullies. I mean, I've cast plenty of demons out, and when I look back, I think I was not casting demon spirits. I think there were some human spirits attached, and I was completely unaware and not sensitive to that, And it doesn't mean anything bad happening. God's in control. I mean, in spite of our stupidity, or even our childlike willingness to do what we were asked to do, and we just kind of make a mess of things, right? Kind of like berserkers, you go in and just like, and just, when you're a child, then you just come to that belief in Christ. A lot of people have. I had that experience, man. I got really zealous, man, because I was like born again, not saved in the sense of, Roman theology that was injected from their other faiths. Jesus didn't come to save anybody. He came to get them born again. Saved, actually the word sozo is part of my name, because that's the word. Every place it talks about being saved, healed, delivered, and demonic deliverance. The person was sozo. In the Greek language, it's blah, 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 sozo, right? It's there. I'm not making it up. Do your own homework, but it's there. And Nicodemus, or whatever his name was, like the high priest, interesting story. He's a teacher of Israel at the time. And Jesus having this conversation, or he's having a conversation with Jesus. He's like, ask a pretty important question: how do you get into the kingdom of God, right? Which saved, right, in a sense, but not in Roman saved, but you got to understand Hebrew, the culture and everything, their kingdom of God, they were looking for it to manifest right now, right then, because they were being oppressed by Rome. And, it's hard times. I don't think it's not ever been hard times. And I think there's purposes for that. It's like a wind, like a tree in the wind, building strength, but I don't like it. So what we got? I think some just want to be heard. Yes. I think there's some stories and sometimes when the story gets told, they're able to move on. That's a very good point, Heather. And I completely agree with that because I've seen it. When we became sensitive to that, we clear places. If people, my wife can actually do it remotely. She did a funeral home in Pennsylvania, Ellie, actually, and man, it's pretty profound. But it's learning to recognize what's human because obviously there was a lot of human spirits there because okay. In the Hebrew culture, for example, and a lot of you may have heard this, especially when these deaths in New York, where the people were shot and such, that they wanted to leave a person with the body at all time, because they didn't want the person to be alone. So they're sensitive. They know, you don't stop existing just because your body stops working. And in their culture, they're sensitive to that. A lot of cultures are like, um, they'll look you in the eyes as you pass because they want you to know that there's a connection, right? Intimate. Yeah, sage is very proficient on a soulful level, right? You know what I'm saying? Like those lower vibrational energies and human stuff, that kind of impersonalities. But if you really want to get deep, I believe, as far as from my personal experience, that if you get yourself some good frankincense resin and myrrh, you can get the chunks. We order ours from Israel. I don't. You bless it. Doesn't matter where it comes from. Just bless it. You have that power. You're a God. Okay, Jesus said it. Bless your material, whatever you're using, sage and such, and holy water. But you make it holy. All right. Oh, there's a revelation. It's your faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Intention is the substance of things hoped for. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. There's a substance to your belief. It's a reason why you don't give up, right? Because there's got to be more. There's something in us that says there's got to be more, right? So anyway, I prefer, so we'll do the sage and we do this, I love sweetgrass and stuff. Those are all soulful. This more the third, fourth dimension, those kind of things. Frankincense and myrrh goes deep. That's why the Catholics use them. Look, they have all kinds of wickedness with those guys that are using it. And they're still breathing. That's because they use some hardcore stuff, man. But it does work. And it's very efficient, especially when you're dealing with poltergeists and more of a, the demonic realm kind of stuff. And it's like, well, you say there's demons when you don't believe in hell. Hey, hell may or may not be there, that dimension, but the beings have been known about for a long time. They're known about in the Asian cultures. They're known about in every culture there is. So it has nothing to do with hell. They're just a race of nasty, if they were a third of the heaven, then they're outnumbered too. I got, word for you. I don't understand why nobody remembers that. If you're really going to go by the word, the word said, 1/3. That means 2/3 angels. Is kind of a, shooting fish in a barrel. Okay, so it's not a big deal. Did you share in Roxy's group? No, I haven't shared anything. Hello from London, England. Hello, Samantha Still. So welcome. That's pretty cool. And I started out talking about what if we could connect like, that distance telepathically and such, and we can. That's absolutely there. I think as a culture, we're moving more and more towards that awareness. You're seeing more and more people moving with the ability of telekinesis, moving things around with their hands and such. And in some cases, in poltergeist stuff, it's not even an entity. It's the person's personality. Some maybe an attachment, being abused, but it's their own power doing that stuff. It's not about good or evil. It's just about not understanding, what's going on with yourself. Good. Right on. Thank you. My producer is overseeing me. I need handlers. So if you've had a paranormal experience and you want to talk about it, you can put something over. If I'm too far away for you to connect, oh no, there's no time or space, right? When it comes to spiritual matters, we're right there, right there. My wife does remote stuff all the time, 5D scanning where she can see into your body, and a lot of times she sees what the people are reading, or whatever they got sitting in front of them, the room around them, the neighborhood outside their house. I do not claim to have that kind of connection, but I do have a connection. So she's like a Jedi. I'm just like, what do they call it? The Jedi in training. So I will do a little bit of free. I'll do a free card if you go to my About Me on the Wellness Healing Modalities, and maybe follow my Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube and such, and then pull a card or give you a pendulum reading. If you have a yes or no question you would like answered, by all means, let me know. So England, I've shared. All right, Samantha. So would you like a card or a pendulum? Samantha's still in England. Samantha's still in England. Is Samantha still in England? So yeah, let me know if you would like a card or if you'd like a pendulum. Yes or no question. Pendulum, please. All right. So please uh, be as specific as possible and let me have it. Please. So just let me know what your question is, Samantha, and I will do the pendulum and we'll try to get some direction. Yeah, and if you're in another group and you're watching this and you would like to comment, you have to push on my face. And I'll be like, what? No, then you'll be able to comment over here, right? So Samantha, as soon as you give me a question, and we'll try to see what's going on. I wear my favorite hat today. It's not pretty, but it's my favorite. I've had this since Austin, Texas, and it's been inked in many times now, reconditioned. As an empath, I'm struggling with the pressure it affects. Yes. Well, the pendulum are yes and no. Like the answer will be yes, do this, or no, do that. So as an empath, you're struggling with the pressure. It's affecting my health, which I do. First of all, I'll say, okay, let's try to pull something out of that we can ask her yes or no. Mm. So Samantha, I'll just ask. Is there a technique that Samantha, still in London, England, would find to ground herself so she doesn't get affected? And of course, the answer would be yes, because I'm that. But I mean, that's just one let you, okay, withdrawal or pursue. I absolutely pursue. Yeah, pursue, do your research, as an empath myself, right? Because I feel everybody in the room and such. And a technique in this book, I recommend you get. It's called the Energy Codes, and Dr. Sue something rather. And she's got a lot. She's an empath. She's can see and all kinds of stuff, and goes into her uh, how she got there and the techniques to do it, breathing techniques. She gives you everything. You don't have to be practice yoga or nothing. She does give you some techniques and stuff that help you. She calls it your soulful self, which I would agree, or your highest self. Right? So as an empath, you need to learn to protect your that area of sensitivity, which would mean pulling yourself back in, so you're not reaching out because you have feelers. My dog's going nuts. He's vicious Maltese. Yeah, everybody's really scared now, Buddha. Stop it. Okay, so pursue is the answer, and as a life coach and such, I would look into those techniques, like breathing techniques, like check out the energy codes, check out grounding, just fire breathing and that kind of stuff. I think that will help you. So, and you could also try stuff like stones, different stones. Like I have, you can build your own a lot in rock shops. This one's got, a few different stuff in there, some raw diamond, I think, and rose quartz and tiger's eye. And of course, this is like, a big, I don't like wear this around. I do like having it in front of my computer or having it maybe in my pocket or such, unless I'm really addicted. I like to dress up, get a little funky. You see some of my hats, I can get kind of, I don't know, I like that suit thing too. That's fun to dress up and have pretty things, but these serve a purpose. So maybe you should learn to do that. Check into a black mustard seed and good luck, because you can do it. You can ground yourself. You can protect yourself, so you're not feeling anything except what you want to when you want to connect, right? Yeah, that could definitely do it. The vibrations can. So you need there's what's the, come on. There's a number of different tools you can get as far as necklaces and stuff too, as far as helping with that kind of protection. Yeah, I'm trying to scalar energy devices. You may need to look into one of those. Sometimes they're sold as pyramid looking things. They should be metal, mineral, and some of them have crystals and copper and such. And those are actually pretty powerful devices. As far as dealing with negative energy and like hyper energy, absorbing 5G and all that kind of stuff. Supposedly makes for good entertainment at the very least. So I hope that helps you. And most definitely the vibrations definitely be doing that, and find a way. Copper, right? Copper is a good metal, and if you can get yourself a copper bracelet and such, they have some very positive effects too. They actually have hats with a material that's frequency blocking material. I don't know him, but he's on YouTube. Rex Bear. He's really funny. I love his show. I haven't even watched it for a while because I've been all the political BS and stuff. I always forget to look. Delete, not delete. No, that's a different one. Anyway, Rex Bear. And he sells those products. He makes really cool looking hats. They don't look all stupid and stuff. When I say stupid, like stand out, because you could literally take tinfoil and like put it underneath your hat. It'll block those things. But he's found a fabric that actually works like that. It's got metal fibers or something in it, and it's very efficient. He talks about it, and it's really good, especially for sensitive people. To get tools like that to kind of dampen the atmosphere that you're in, because a lot of it is man-made, right? And especially if you're trying to tap into spiritual, your senses and knowing what's going on. So, and that's part of the thing. As an empath, you can walk into a room and you already know what's up. It's like someone don't feel good in here, someone's angry, someone's in love, whatever. Oh, you're welcome. So paranormal stuff, you know, I've had my experiences. If you had any experiences you want to share, maybe healings. Anybody's been healed, seen some healings, experienced healings. I've seen a lot. Really, I have, but you know, it's still a mystery because you know there are methods, and I believe we're getting closer as far as our intention, our faith, our intention, our faith, our intention. Have the same difference, whatever. People talk about intuitive, uh, you know, about prophetic. You know, prophetic, intuitive, prophetic, same thing, just different companies. You know, they have different ways they think. You know that they're the only way. I don't know. But no, you know, they're all just hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting. You know, a lot of people have different parts of that clairvoyant spectrum, and some people have a lot of it, if not all of it. My wife gets the smelling, the tasting. You know, I would not want to be dealing with that. Like we've had to leave restaurants where there were probably a higher amount per average because it was like a Denny's or something at the time we were in. You know, anyway, we had to leave the restaurant because there was just a lot of elderly people in there with illnesses, and she can eat. You know, Kelsey, Kelsey. I recognize that. Wasn't that? Didn't I speak to a Kelsey before? And Cindy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I get rambling. I'm like, it's like listening to Charlie Brown's mother or something. Shut up. Jeez. So anyway, hopefully something I shared be of use, to you. All right. So if you share good more about me, wellness healing modalities, really trying to build up like so I can start getting on Instagram and my YouTube. I think I'm up to like 9 on YouTube or something. Do not despise small beginnings. So So if you're in another room and you're watching and you would like to comment, ask a question, tell me that you shared, then I can give you card or pendulum. And but you got to click on my face, man. Just click my face. No, not on the camera, but you know, the logo thing. Deal. Oh, the camera. I don't know. I don't know. So many questions, so little time. Are you gracing us with a little concert tonight? Oh, I was flirting with the idea, Kelsey. I'm saying that right, Kelsey? Because I just said it a whole bunch of times wrong if I didn't say it right. I said it like 10 times. So, yeah, I was talking about plugging a little guitar and doing pulling cards for people and such. Oh, my goodness. Okay. But I don't know. I don't know. Share. Okay. So, you want a card or pendulum, Kelsey? See, I said it right. Cool. All right. I feel better about myself now. I'm gonna put it back down into 432. It's healing vibrations. So you might accidentally feel better if you do. I don't know. That'd be cool, huh? That'd be cool to feel better, or like gooder. You feel gooder. Now that's gonna drive an English teacher nuts right there. I feel so much gooder. Hold on a second. Card will be great. Okay, cool. Bear with me. I cannot multitask. I am sorry. I have too much masculinity in me. I mean, I got a wild squirrel on my face for one. Slows me down a little bit. Once I get this in tune, I will pull a card for you, Kelsey. All right. Let us see. I'll put this down. One. That don't get in the way. All righty. Oh, would it be great? Or even superb? Would it be superb? We shall see. We shall see for Kelsey. And where you at again, girl? Yeah, come on. Did you say where you're at? I can see. And Cindy, too. Let me know if you shared and such. Let me know if you lock a call open. Or just pendulum. Getting a little goofy. Yeah, I'm going a little crazy. Because life is happening, man. So Kelsey, Michigan. All right. Here we go. All right. So Kelsey, I got the 8 of Cups. Tired, letting go, listless, searching, discovery. So, I do me, myself, and I think you read that. So this would be definitely a me card for you right now. This is something that's happening right now. Obviously tired, and cups, I'll show you the card. So tired, letting go. So now you're letting go. You just kind of come to the end of yourself, of whatever is happening. You're just like, I'm just going to set this down for right now. Listless, that means, when a boat is listing, it's rocking. Listless means it's steady. All right. Searching. So, you're searching right now. And discovery. So there will be a revelation. Hallelujah. Come on. Discovery. Can you say amen? Yes. So does that help you? Kelsey, Michigan. If you want the money, just throw money at me, man. Just throw it. All right. Good, Kelsey, did you hear that? Did that make sense? Does it not apply? Does it apply? There's a delay. Of course. A little confused, but I'll give it some thought. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So, yeah, just pray about it. Meditate on it. Just talks about 8 of Cups. 8 is new beginnings, okay? Number one. Sorry, I didn't even go there. Cups are vessels to carry stuff. So 8 of Cups. So it has something to do with new beginnings, okay? And I think those are kind of like, I don't know if that's relevant, tired. Maybe you're like, you got mass energy. You're like, that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know, I just feel like there's something starting and it's a discovery, right? It's something you're discovering. Maybe it's a business model, maybe, there's new way of life, new career, new relationship, 8 is new beginnings. So, and there's multiple cups. 8 is also a symbol of infinity, right? It's a very positive thing. So, anyway. Oh, yeah, I think that if you're relaunching, yeah. Hello. So I would do your due diligence, all right? It talks about being steady. Steady yourself. Do your research. searching, and then there's something new, something facet maybe you weren't thinking about, a way of marketing, a way of advertising. Maybe it's a product or a service, whatever your business does, or maybe it's something brand new beginnings. Don't know, but I think start relaunching a business definitely falls into that. I'm sure there's a lot of work going on for you, and it's, I've started several businesses, and there's a lot of mental duress. It can cause you to feel fatigued and tired. I'm not saying you are, and I don't want you to feel that if you're not, or admit to it, because this is for entertainment. I'm just hoping it helps you. Yeah, maybe it's just been a process, right? You've been waiting a while, and each step is just like, this takes forever, because when there's licensing involved, sometimes permitting, maybe getting approved from a vendor or whatever, right? Oh, about the card. Oh, you mean like what the book says? I'll try not to be insulted by that. But I could look for you. I mean, why not? I never go off the book because I'd rather just go off my own thing. But you want me to read that, I will definitely do that, because that's a reasonable thing to ask. So let's look at the Eight of Cups as presented by the people in Ireland who developed this deck. Where is it? There's King Cup, Queen Cups. I gotta find it first. That's why I don't like using the book, because I just want to give more of a empathetic, like empathy, right? Where? Yeah. I don't know if I ever lost screen where you're at, but I lost screen where I'm at, and I just totally shocked myself. So, just out of curiosity, because I never go in and read these things, because I go off of what I get, right? The energy off the cards. And that totally makes a lot more sense when you talk about relaunching a business. A card that heralds, this is Eight of Cups, a card that heralds the letting go of old emotions, old relations, and old ideas. Old. You are moving on, a little despondent, but there is hope in the not too distant future of a better, more fulfilling life. Keep moving forward. New beginnings, new beginnings. Eight, seek out your new adventures. Seek out, search, right? Tracking with me? New adventures, and fill your life with new things. You can't put new wine in an old wine skin. Maybe it's time to go get a new, you know, wardrobe too. That'd be fun. Come on, man. All right. You have become disheartened about your life and all the things you once held dear. The rule to follow is if you do not like it, change it. It will make a difference if you do, and bring with it a new enthusiasm for life. Enthusiasm means God-given excitement, right? You're a God, so give yourself some excitement. Do stuff that you're enthusiastic about. That's pretty much what we covered in the first place, which is interesting that it's a little bit more detail as far as letting go of emotions and people and stuff like that. And you might look into EFT. No confusion. You might look into EFT, emotional freedom tapping. That might just help you right along, because it'll clear you. It's not about counseling or anything. It's an energetic, subconscious acupressure technique that PhD psychologists use in acute situations. And I'm not talking about situations that are little furry things. I'm talking about dire persons about to take their life or whatever, right? And they do this technique with them if they can get them to do the technique. always works. Settles your meridians and such, and it's just a start, you know. So, but there's all kinds of tools and techniques of letting go, you know. Write stuff down. You got the new moon, burn it, right? Articulate yourself. You know, make a vision board of your relaunch. What your logo is. What your key phrase is. What is your bam phrase? This is me, right? Do that. Make a list. Check it twice. Make like your Santa Claus. Not naughty, but nice. That was a poem. All right. Oh, you can leave me a review at the New York Times. Don't do that. They probably wouldn't like me. Anyway, the Wellness Healing Modalities. You could go to Wellness Healing Modalities and leave me a review there. I believe so. That would be most kind of you, since I am silly and a little confused. But I have my favorite hat on, man. This is it. This thing has been through so much. It's really cool. No, it's not cool. It's cool to me though. It's just raggedy. I wear it out. Well, I'm just going here and there and there and everywhere, and now I've got my hat on, but I forgot my pants. Oh man, that did not happen. I'm just no. So I hope you're having a blessed day. I started out talking about paranormal stuff and started talking about these cards and such. Sounds good. Oh, thank you. 5-hour energy drinks, man. This is a commercial right here. I should get an endorsement. I should call 5-hour. Actually, it's generic, so I can't I wonder who the generic is. Call whatever grocery store. I think you guys should sponsor me. Wow. No, it's getting in when I start flowing with people and stuff. Oh, no, because as a little child, Jesus says you must come like a child. I take that literally, man. Because it's so easy for me to do. I'm 52 years old, but I can act like I'm 10 all day long. Ask my wife. It's stupid, but I can do it. It's like a superpower. My childlikeness is a superpower. Though I do find if you were to run around in pajamas like Superman pajamas, people don't take you serious. Not that I would know that personally. Serious, I would once. Be a lot of tequila, probably. Caffeine too. All right, no other comments, or I'm not scrolling. It seems to be that's weird. Sometimes this thing scrolls with everybody, and sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, I'm going to I got the cards. You guys like or share? There was a Cindy there. I don't know if she did anything, and she wants a cold opinion. To back it up just a little bit. No, I'm not gonna say. I will play a little bit, some meditational just stuff to maybe ease your mind. Very well, Latonia. Is it Latonia? Yes, Latonia. Do a little music. If you'd like, go to my About Me on my Wellness Healing Modalities. Links up top too, I think. If you're another group and you're watching this, you gotta click on my picture to come in, I guess, in order to comment. It's doing a little bit of guitar and such. Doing $15 3 cards, $25 for a full reading, including the pendulum. Yes or no questions. If you go and share and such, let me know that you shared. Let me know where you're at, because the Latonia car. Let me know where you're at and how you doing. How you doing? Little jazz, maybe. Let's go a little bit. You can't really. Probably. It's much better probably with headphones. Well, hopefully having a good afternoon. I'm just kind of plugging around. You haven't been watching another room. You gotta click on the face to get in and make comments. If you like and share something, let me know. I'll do a call or pendulum question for you. Talking a little bit about paranormal stuff earlier too, which was cool. Allie was in there. I don't know if she's still around. Her and her family have had a lot of experience. A lot of people have, you know. And then of course you have the doubters. They're like, "There's no such thing as this or that." It's like, there's always that aha moment. But all I know is what I've experienced. There's been a lot of positive, and there's there's two sides to the coin, and luckily light, darkness is simply an absence of light. Then you have, of course, dark light. Some people aren't even aware of that. But yes, they can appear like light beings and are, in fact, light beings. But you stand them next to a loving light being, there's going to be a bit of a difference. It's a big difference. But when they're not standing next to each other, you never see it. It's like you can't see a forest through the trees, right? If you're in the trees, you can't see the immensity of where you're at. You can see the tree in front of you and all that. So it's perspective. Some people think their perspective is all there is, and all is there. Now I'm like looking for perspective, right? Doing the research. You got to do your homework. Go off the fruit. Must be some good fruit. Otherwise, don't waste your time. Good fruit. Good fruit is love, joy, peace, power. Right? To be empowered, to love yourself more, to love others more, to be more giving and gentle and kind and forgiving. All those wonderful things that can be sometimes very hard to do because you're mad, upset, disappointed. So you address those things. Inner healing, that's what life coaching, there's a lot of the hypnotherapy, there's a lot of techniques. We can overcome a lot of the emotions attached to memories, and then that makes things a lot simpler, as far as being able to move on from something. Because forgiveness is not an emotion, it's an action, but to hate someone, that's an action too. It's also emotion. So you forgive someone even if you don't feel like you have forgiveness towards them. It's a process, and you can ask for that feeling and such, but that's an important step, obviously. So, okay, so Latonia was in and out. I don't know. It's all bad. Well, it finally cooled down here in Arizona. We were only like in the 90s today, or maybe even like 80. I'm not sure. I looked, but it's cooled down. Last week we were 106, 2 days in a row at least. So, and that's fine. It's actually not that hot here because it's dry, right? That sounds crazy. I mean, it's warm. Don't get me wrong. Definitely AC, and make sure you have a sun guard in your car if you're going out parking. Because it gets hot. But it's not 120-degree hot. That's hot. Anything above 114 really starts getting irritating. 110 actually, it's irritating. I've been on the roof at 120 degrees, and the temperature on the roof was 167. Man, but I had to go. Part of my job at the time. Work proof, right? That's why a lot of us find ourselves in some of the physical conditions we're in because we don't stop to think, is this going to be all right after I'm done? Because you just got to do what you're told. It's like blue collar work. Yeah, baby. See, blue. Yeah, nobody's commenting and such. I might just need to take a break here and come back on in a little bit. We'll push it on an hour. It's noise out. I'm trying to go outside again really quick. Get some fresh air. Got some really cool cactus plants and stuff. So anyway, you all be blessed, and I'll be back on in a little while. So go ahead and instant message me if you'd like a private consultation, advising, and says cards, pendulum, energy work, NLP. We can do all that kind of stuff. Bless you guys. Like, share, follow me. Not too close, 6 feet. Hey, man, love you guys. Love you guys. Serious. All right. Have a good evening. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go there. Now I'll say bye. Bye-bye.